Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. So while we're here, please, whoever's here already, please help us to share. Share this. Let everyone know that we are about already. And we're ready to get going. Godwin, good morning. How you doing? As you come in, please don't forget to tap the heart at the top of the screen and keep tapping your screen. Let's keep this going. Show the love. And remember to share. Like and share. Thank you very much. Let's get it out there. Let's get this message out there to the people. Let them know that we are doing what we do. Tiara 14, how you doing? Welcome on board. How was your week? I hope all is well. Yeah. Thanks for the likes. Thank you very much. Travel with Grace.
Oh, morning, Michael.
Hey, good morning. How we doing?
Life's been better, but I'm awake, so today's a good day.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. So what's been happening in your world?
I'm just trying to figure stuff out.
Okay.
Could probably use some advice.
Okay, I'm all ears.
Well, my dad unalived himself a little bit ago.
Okay.
So now I'm instead of just being me as a man, now I'm trying to play the role that my father left behind because I got to take care of Mama Dukes and I got to take care of my house. Okay. So now I'm playing two roles at once.
That's correct.
It's getting a little stressful.
Do you pray?
Well, whether I pray or not, it doesn't matter. And now I'm doing two men's work, but I'm only one man.
I hear that.
So.
I hear that. I hear that. Wow. Ooh,
because I gotta do everything my dad did to take care of Mama Dukes' house, and now I still have to take care of my house and the cars and the properties, and it's getting a little. It's like
I don't care. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. You know why?
Good. I see you've been busy.
No, really, I've been busy.
Kilosa. Yeah, how'd you do that? I've tried.
You've already did it. I fell off. You could see that I fell off, and then I came back.
Oh, okay, hold on.
about the fall of human law.
All right. So I don't care what's been happening. Were you out working yesterday? So you've made loads of money then?
No, I still working.
Yeah, I bet you did. You just don't want to give me my share.
I've been spending pretty much lately, though.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so where's my commission?
You want to give me money?
I said, where's my commission? She said, so I want to give her money. Where's my commission? I'm supposed to be collecting commission. You know, it was my hookup. Where's my commission? But you're good though, yeah? Excellent. Excellent.
I'm looking forward to the YouTube bringing to the YouTube.
Say again?
I said, looking forward to your next program to come do my thing.
Yeah, listen, don't worry about it, man. We're here. You understand? We're here. You know, whatever it takes. You know, we're here to support. You know, we're here to promote. We're here to help. You know, whatever it takes. So, you know, you keep doing. You keep doing. So again, say louder. You okay? What did you say?
I said probably call for tours and do something. It could be not so far.
You sound very tired. I can't hear anything you're saying.
Well, I'm just going to my airport. Where's my airport?
So where are you off? Where are you at the moment?
I'm on.
What? Lagos? Ibadan? Where?
Lagos, you. Lagos, you.
So where are you going? Where are you going today?
Today for now, I'm in Dosha. But later today, Mumalo Palace.
Okay. What's that? Another big event?
Not really, but something like that, yeah. But I might not chance to. I'm going there as a guest.
Okay.
So
yeah, but you know, if you go, even if you go as a guest, somebody's gonna want you to chant because they know you. You know, they're gonna want. Yeah, they're gonna want you to chant. You know.
Ma? Okay. Yeah, that's nice. You're right, though.
You know, everyone knows you. You know, they know what you do, so it's going to be seriously impossible for you to go anywhere now and people not want you to say something. So
I'm going to Charles watch as I fight my shit.
You see?
I'm so tired.
I can see.
I don't like a dry performance, but I have to honor the invite. Just directly from the palace.
You see?
I can't know.
Exactly. But it's good. You know, it's nice to see that, you know, you're getting out there, you're doing your thing, you know, and it's happening, it's working. So you just keep doing what you're doing, you know, and keep making everybody proud. Hi guys, welcome on board. Prince Ademola, I see you, bro. Don't forget to tap the heart me and keep tapping the screen. So
the next stage I want to mount is that your stage over there in the UK.
Listen, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Prince Ademola, thank you very much. Dear, okay, have you subscribed to my live?
Is that where you subscribe?
Yeah, if you click on at the top there where the star is, click on the star and subscribe.
Okay, subscribe. Awesome.
You'll see a star come up. Just subscribe. Yeah, just waiting for a few other people to come on, then we can get some really good talking going on. Even Ronke, I need you to stay, right? I need you to stay because there's plenty to do today, plenty to talk about, and I may need you to talk about one or two things as well. Because you're one of these people that you see plenty in Nigeria, and since we're talking about security, Master Genie.
Excellent morning, sir.
How are you, bro? How's it going?
Oh, good, sir.
Good. Master Genie,
glad to join you again on today's Let's Talk About Security,
listen,
sir.
It's great to see you, man. It's great to see you. I know you've taken time out of your busy schedule to be here. So, it's always a pleasure and never a chore.
Thanks for having us, sir.
No worries, man. I take it I don't care, right?
Not really, sir.
Well, she's one of us now. She's someone that you need to get to know.
Good morning, I don't care. Travel with kids. Good morning, man. Good morning, everyone.
You need to know Adironke. She's a policewoman, and she's also a chanter.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Nice to meet you. Good morning, man.
So, Master Genie, were you here last week?
No, sorry, I wasn't.
No, that's cool. Yeah, because I want to in a funny or a subtle kind of way, I want to carry on with part of the topic we were talking about last week, and that is basically security, especially with regards to people who believe that because they're celebrities, right, they should get preferential treatment. Do you understand? Now, it's a topic that, fortunately or unfortunately, is ongoing because of the events that have happened over the last couple of weeks. Now, when someone like myself who deals with security sees incidents like that, obviously I take it on board, and I throw it out there to the world, that this is going on and that's going on, and I think it needs addressing. Now, so when we have incidences like that, we need to look into it. We need to address it. It needs to be addressed. We need to improve as people. Sorry, bear with me a second. Ariki. Yeah. How are you? I'm online though. I'm on TikTok. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right, nice one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sorry about that. That was an important call. So yeah. There's been a lot of interest raised from those incidences, and obviously the young lady who was involved obviously has been given a chance to put her side of the story across, and it's very interesting how our people have, well, it's not just our people. A lot of people do it. They jump to conclusions. They form their own conclusions, only for those conclusions to be wrong. Now, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I wasn't there, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know better. But they say that a stitch in time saves 9, and sometimes, when you do things, they say you make hay while the sun shines, so that you don't have to backtrack on yourself in order to make reparation. Now, all of these things have happened, rightly or wrongly, and now everybody is now chasing their tails, because now there's a possible lawsuit, all based on the fact that your guys weren't trained properly. You know, your guys weren't trained properly. You've got staff that work for you that do not seem to know the meaning of customer service. You know, and now once again, and as you well know, Master Genie, that most things that go on in Africa, the Western world prefers to show you the negatives as opposed to the positives. You know, now I personally know that there's a lot of positive things that goes on in places like Nigeria, in places other parts of Africa, but they never get plastered across social media or in the news, right? But the moment you have one negative thing that goes wrong, everybody wants to plaster it. You know, so one of the questions I want to ask today, Master Genie, is what's your take? What's your personal take on the fact that when there's an incident, everyone bringing out their camera phones to record it and then just immediately splash it on social media?
Thank you very much, sir.
No worries.
That's a great question. And I think that is sort of kind of a sickness that has not been diagnosed in the world now, because
I like that.
even when somebody is in danger, their instinct is to bring out the camera, not even to save someone that is in danger.
That's
to,
right.
you know, put them out of the way of danger. And I think the big tech companies should maybe regulate that you don't just post or any stuff online, especially if it's not commercial, if it's kind of private and personal. Maybe they need to regulate how people do the posting, because at the end of the day, there's a lot going on that everybody will not see, but you know, different view on the camera will let people have different kind of opinion, different kind of judgment. But I think the big tech companies have work to do here, that people don't just record and post you know, anything online.
Agree.
Because you don't even see good things being posted and being uploaded online. It's always the negative stuffs that, you know, goes wrong quickly and people have their opinion on it. In the case of this that lady on the, you know, on the plane, I was like, she was asking to get down, but later on they drag her down. So this is part of what we normally talk here, that they need proper training. They need proper training, customer service training. And human beings that are with their phone too, they need to understand why they have their phone, not just to record. Some people think they're, you know, playing a security to, you know, let's capture this so that maybe in case the story change, whereby some people are just capturing for the likes and, you know, for social media fun. Which I think
but my question is this, right? My question is this, because there has been two very, very similar reports on this incident from reputable people. And I'm talking lawyers. I'm talking, you know, I think it was 2 or 3 lawyers who happened to be on that plane, right? Who attested to the fact that the staff member was offended because she was corrected, right? Now, everybody has attested to the fact that on an airplane you do not have to switch off your phone, right? You can put it on flight mode, right? Which will still enable you to check things on your phone without disrupting the flight. Right? Now, people, you know, our people, seriously, and this is why I am so grateful for the global clusters, because we are reaching out to everybody, right? Everybody, right? About training. We're reaching out to everybody about awareness. We're reaching out to everybody about knowledge, right? We're trying to teach everybody how to build themselves back up. You understand? Now, if people are too ignorant to, how can I put this? If people are too ignorant to be able to go out there, right, and acknowledge the fact that, okay, fine, I'm lacking in this area and I need to better myself, right? Now, I'm a security consultant, right? But I still look to other people, right, for areas to which I believe I can improve, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
You know, I sit in this live broadcast every Saturday morning, and a lot of the time when I leave other people to speak, I'm trying to see if there's something that I can learn from other people. This is the reason why I don't just talk about security. I encourage other people to talk about themselves. You know, before I go on, I like to acknowledge the entrance of His Excellency, the global president of the global clusters worldwide, Dr. Adekunle Badmus. Just like you say to us, we would like to say a very good morning to you and to thank you for everything that you do and that you are doing to enhance humanity and to enhance us as people. May God bless you, sir. I'm going to call you in to speak shortly, but I just want to get this point across. You know, now I come in here. Because I'm trying to learn more stuff. You know, I'm trying to go back to Nigeria, right, to mix and mingle with like minds and like persons. You know, I'm trying to work in Nigeria to share what I do, to share my knowledge, and also to gain knowledge from people who actually live and breathe Nigerian air on a daily basis, right? That is the only way how, as individuals and as people and as persons and as individuals, we can learn and grow, right? Now, this staff member on the aircraft, she got it wrong, 100%. Because number one of the things that I learned when I used to do customer service was no matter what the customer does, right, you do not resort to abuse. You do not, especially verbal, right? You don't rise to it, right? If anything, you say please and thank you, and just pray that that person gets off the plane soon.
Yes.
You know, and then when they've gone, they've gone. You have no reason. And another thing, you know, these are some of the areas that, you know, God help me, you know, when I finally end up in Nigeria, you know, I need to talk to people, right? Number one, as an individual, as a civilian, I'd like to put it, right? You do not have the right to claim you're going to have somebody arrested, right? Unless that person has committed an indictable offense or an arrestable offense, an argument is an argument. You do not get arrested for having an argument, right? Sometimes you don't even get arrested for assaulting people, right? Because at the end of the day, two people can have a disagreement, right? The point at which you get arrested is if that assault, right, is terrible, right? It's really, really bad, right? You can be detained, right, temporarily for you to sort things out, right? But you do not arrest people. Right? And security officers definitely don't jump on board a plane and drag a woman down, you know, removing her clothing. You understand? And these are all the areas that I know for a fact that we need to look into and focus on as a people. Right? These are the areas that we need to come home, right? People like me need to come home with a team, right? Or build a team in Nigeria who are going to teach and train people how to do security the right way. Do you understand? You know, because these things need to be taught, right? People in Nigeria need to stop thinking that because they have money, 3, 4, right? People in Nigeria need to stop thinking that because they have money, therefore, they can buy the services of the police, right? Just because I've come to Nigeria from the United Kingdom, right? That doesn't mean that therefore I have to take 3 mobile police officers and 2 ordinary police officers with 4 civil defense guys, right? 1 customs officer, 2 immigration officers, right? And some area boys along with OPCs and start walking around Lagos, right? Because if I don't do that here in the UK, why should I do it in Nigeria? Right? That's not security, right? That is not security. And our people need to be trained to that level, right? You know, the federal government needs to start telling police officers, no, you do not leave your post to go with that money Miss Road over there just because he's got money, right? You are leaving the rest of the country open, right, to threat, right? As a security individual, right? You that has a business, you need to be able to feel safe to do your business, right? As a tradesperson, you need to feel safe. Thank you very much, Master Genie. Right? You need to feel safe enough to be able to conduct your business. You know, every day when you go to your shop or every day when you go to your office, you need to feel safe that you're going into your shop or you're going into your office. And, you know, when the local police officers walk past, you can say hello to them and they know that, yep, you know, they've been acknowledged, but they've got a job to do. Right? It is not for us to give them 50 naira, 100 naira, 500 naira, 1,000 naira, 10,000 naira even, just to do their job. Yes, they work for us, but they're not on my payroll. I don't have to pay your salary. Right? If the government did what it's supposed to do and everybody was paying their tax, the police officers and the security services and the security agencies in Nigeria should be able to do their jobs properly without face or favor. Right? Now I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm honestly, I do not care what anyone says about, oh yeah, well, this is how we're doing in Nigeria. That's not how you should be doing it in Nigeria. Because if you do that in Nigeria and you come over to the UK and start screaming racism, or you don't like the police because they always target black people, you're not in a position to do that. Because where you come from, they do worse. Right? We need to wake up, people. We need to wake up. Right? Those of us that can, should be going home to tell our people, let's do things properly. Right? Thugs should be put in their place. Right? Bad people should be put in their place. Good people should be put in their place. Right? Forward-thinking people should be put in their place. Right? I do not understand why, as a people, we are still more hell-bent on being great in the United Kingdom when Nigeria is suffering. I still don't understand how, as a people, right, you want to be somebody big in the UK, but in Nigeria, you're contented to be looked upon as an animal. Right? Because believe me, your money, right, doesn't make you a great person. Right? It makes you a target. Right? Your money does not make you a great person. It makes you a target. Right? You're a target for people who want your money. You're a target for people who don't really care about you, but because they know that you're silly enough to keep throwing your money at them, they'll keep coming. Right? We need to wake up. Right? We need to wake up. I mean, people like me, I mean, I'm looking to go back to Nigeria, you know, to set myself up as a security consultant, you know, to teach security the way it's done properly. Right? To teach it how it's done properly. But then you've got Nigerians who don't really care about that, so long as they've got 10 mobile police officers and 2 police officers and thank you very much, right? And whatnot and the like, you know. But you're not making our country very, very safe. Right? You're not making our country safe at all. Right? So, you know, with all of our education, thank you, Master Genie, for that, Rose. You know, with all our education, with all our knowledge, with all of our experience, what exactly is it that we take back home, right, to show? You know, why are we happy to live in the UK, right, on what I can only call minimum wage, right, and then go back to Nigeria with your minimum wage and try to show off that, yes, you know, you live abroad. You know, these are. Good morning, Prince. How are you, sir? You know, so we definitely need to wake up. Right? I'm going to invite Otumba Ariki to say a little something on what I've said there. Ariki, welcome on board. I know this is your first time. It's good to see you.
Good morning, sir. Are you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Ricky, for those of you who don't know him, he's a colleague of mine in the Nollywood movie industry. He's a movie maker. He's an actor, and he's joining me for the first time. And I'm sure he's heard most of what I said. What do you think about what I said, Ricky?
Yeah, everything you said is. Was it? Hold on a minute, please. Yeah, everything you said is the truth. Is the truth, bro. You know, because I have few friends as well that whenever the guy went to Nigeria, you know, and they used to use police officer, you know, to oppress people, you know, like 2 or 3 police officers, you know. So the last time I went to Nigeria with him, I was like, "Guy, no, you don't need this. Where we are coming from, we don't use police officer. So why in Nigeria, your own country? So you don't need it. You know, whatever you just said now is absolutely true, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know the reason why people will go to this country and be using police officer as a guide. So I don't know the reason why. You see, do you want people to know who you are, or because I don't get it?
Well, you see, it's like I said earlier on, right? Now, if whilst I live out here in the UK, every day when I wake up, I've got police officers outside my door. You know, when I'm going out, I've got a police escort, you know, etc. and so forth. Then I'd say, okay, fine. When I go to Nigeria, I'd have the same thing. But I live here in the UK. I'm a regular Joe. I go to work like everybody else. I get paid like everybody else. I pay my bills like everybody else. So why would I want to go to Nigeria and pretend that I am the actual Prime Minister of the United Kingdom? You know, I don't need people running around after me. I don't need people following me around, you know. And this is what I said earlier on. You know, I do security. And one of the things I try to teach people in security is this. Number one, you do not need to be seen. Because when you are seen, that's when there's trouble, right? Trouble will follow you, right? You've got money in your hands, right? Listen, Nigeria is a country that at the moment is on its knees, right? Everyone's complaining. There's no money, there's no this, there's no that, nobody's happy, etc. and so forth. So then why would you now come into Nigeria, right, and start showing off the world? I've got some money, you know, I've got food in my house. You understand? So I'm going to bring in Travel with Grace, right? I want her to say 1 or 2 things on what I've just said. Travel with Grace.
Good morning, beautiful people. Excellent morning. Let me use the word of our Global Post Ambassador Adekunle Badmus, our president. Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning for your input. Thank you very much for your input. I just want to touch base on what Master Jenny said earlier, to be honest. You know, the comment you made, the question you asked Master Jenny, and his response is actually what I wanted to say something about, which is why do people think that they need to bring out their phone when something is happening? Not only in Nigeria, everywhere, here in diaspora, everywhere. And I'm going to say that even though I don't support it 100%, but we all know also that there's nothing in the face of the earth that has advantage and does not have disadvantages, and vice versa. Okay. Now, I'm not happy that people bring out their phone and start filming. In fact, there was an incident that also happened in one of these states. I can't remember. I watched it during the week, whereby 8 vigilante, I think it was in Igbo land, or I can't remember actually, whereby 8 vigilante actually stripped a woman naked, and they were not only fired, they were fired. They were going to have the governor has asked for a proper investigation. That's number one. Number two, they're going to prosecute them. Now, if this didn't happen, we will not know. Although it's unfortunate for the victim, you understand? But this is the only way that the world will know what is going on. And this has brought about, it's not like this, it hasn't been happening in the past. A lot of things that has been happening in the past, that is happening now, has been happening before. But because there was no social media, so we are all in the dark. So it has its own advantage, because right now, the vigilante, this company or this group of people or this organization have decided that, okay, I think there's a problem somewhere. And where the problem is apparently they haven't been training their people. People just believe that if you do anything, they should either beat you, and if you're a woman, they strip you naked, right? So there's this something about stripping a woman naked that is so rampant in Nigeria that a lot of people are now talking about it. Why? Because people are not getting trained. They are not getting enough training to understand what security actually is. They think that security means you come, they beat you up as a man, or they strip you up as a woman. They think that is security. And I can't blame them, because that is all they know. So what I think we need to do is retrain people. Our government should intervene, just like the governor of this state intervene right now. Our governments should intervene on how to retrain or train their staff, so that they can know and understand how to respect human beings and how not to strip people of their fundamental human rights. You know, so I think that is just my own my own take to this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Travel with Grace. That was fantastic. To be honest, now I took a few points from what you said there about the stripping naked. Now I think I talked about this last week, and I said that I've noticed that in Nigeria, especially Nigeria, I don't know about other countries, but I know that in Nigeria, the stripping of people naked is not just limited to women. I've seen quite a few videos where men are also relieved of their dignity, and I totally do not accept that. You know, I don't think it's right, because at the end of the day, you have a system at the moment in Nigeria, especially, whereby every one of us is supposed to be judge, jury, and executioner. Now, when we talk about security, only persons trained or licensed in a specific area of security should be carrying out the act of security. As a civilian or as an individual, your only right is to detain somebody until the security agencies get there. Now, in Nigeria, especially at the moment, and this is something that I'm going to hopefully sit down with the global president to talk about how we can sort this out. And that is, in Nigeria, they don't seem to know the meaning of indisclosure, non-disclosure, and your own right to anonymity, right? You cannot go out there and be showing people's faces just because of the fact that you think that they did something, right? Not everybody is a police officer. Not everybody is a security officer. not everybody's a solicitor, not everybody's a barrister. You know, everybody has their. I mean, you wouldn't take a guy who has no qualifications and put him in an office and tell him to do your accounts, knowing full well that he or she is not qualified to do accounts. You know, you would not take somebody off the streets and put them in the House of Reps just because of the fact that you like the way they look. Do you understand? You know, everybody has their designated or assigned positions, right? And they should be allowed to do it. Furthermore, I also believe that in Nigeria, they should have a similar system kind of to what they do over here, whereby the local councillor, or as we call them over here, the local MP, is accountable to his or her constituents, not get voted in as a councillor or a commissioner or the governor, right? And for 8 months of the year, you're abroad. You know, because there's no accountability in Nigeria at the moment, right? And, you know, the only time there's accountability is if you don't belong to the boys' club, right? And that's the only time when there's accountability. It's when you do not belong to the boys' club, right? You shouldn't have to belong to the boys' club to know what you're supposed to do as the councillor or the commissioner or the whatever of your particular area that you've been assigned to. Right? Nigerians are scared, right? Every single one of them. Even I think the rich are more scared than the poor at the moment because of the fact they know that at any God-given time, someone's going to pay them a visit. Right? Now, if we improve our security services, as we should, that should improve. I want to call in Olajumoke Owomoyela. She sounds like yeah, that one. Yeah, I want to call you in. I want to hear from you.
Hold on, where am I? Sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. How dare you not be able to pronounce my name? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, house. You are too funny.
Sorry,
hello,
cuz.
everybody. I got in late, but I heard everything you said about security and the police force. So let me give an example of how Nigerians behave. So I was in Nigeria early on this year for a few months, and I was invited to a cousin's party. And the cousin I went with, he works for the president.
Mm-hmm.
And then, for whatever reason, he decided to get a police escort.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't find out about all this until an hour before we actually, traveled for the party. And then the police escort was in a car with us, and we got to the party, and he was told that the police escort can't come in because it's not that type of event. And from what I took from that is my cousin was showing off to me that he's a big man.
Mm-hmm.
I've come from the UK. I don't need police escort.
No.
When I'm in Nigeria, I don't need police escort. I don't even want anybody to know that I'm in the country.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Nigeria. We need to change people's mindset. They've got this mentality that they're of entitlement. Oh, I am somebody. I can pay whoever I want for a police escort for this XYZ. I mean, all that needs to change.
Of course. We
don't need all that. And all that is spoiling the country.
Mm-hmm.
But it's going to take a lot of work.
Of course it is.
A lot of work. Probably, I mean, the changes that obviously somebody like you can do is just probably a bare percentage, because we need a lot of people like you, like hundreds of people like you with the same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, things are not going to change. So that's my intake on your conversation today.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. For those, for a lot of you don't know, that young lady there is actually my cousin. That's why she's accusing me of not knowing how to pronounce her surname properly. But yeah, cuz I appreciate you always. Thank you for that little input that you gave this morning. You know, it's very valuable. And this is what I do here every Saturday morning. You know, I get like-minded people that come on here, and a lot of people give their input also, and a lot of it's quite insightful. A lot of it's very interesting. So thank you very much. I would like to briefly bring in my boss, just to say a few things. You know, because I always like it when he comes in and just gives us a little nugget before later on when he really gets involved. So I'd like to introduce into the room now my boss, our boss, the global president of the global clusters in the person of His Excellency Dr. Adekunle Badmus, United Nations Ambassador for Education and Knowledge. Fantastic person to know, and someone who changed my life in the last year or so. So, Your Excellency, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Excellent morning to you, the 001 Global Security Cluster of the Global Clusters, in the person of retired Sir Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin. I want to greet everyone in the house. I want to greet Madam Olajumoke, Madam Grace, Mr. Jeannie. I want to greet Otumba. I want to say excellent and beautiful morning to you from the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Adekunle Badmus, and I'm a United Nations Ambassador for Quality and Affordable Education in Africa. I currently doubles as UN diplomat on government bilateral trade in the whole of Africa. I'm the ambassador to National Youth Council of Nigeria in the Republic of Turkey. That is where I live, formerly called Turkey, and I'm the global president of Global Clusters Worldwide. I want to appreciate the contribution of retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin as regards security. I remember last year when we were rolling together in Lagos. He came from the United Kingdom, I came from the Republic of Turkey, and we were talking and we were seeing a lot of abnormality. And this can never happen in Turkey. This can never happen in the United Kingdom.
That's right.
I said, why are you doing this here? What's going on here? This one, I said, you see, this fashion must not go down. You understand? So I said, you know what? To start it, you need to start a campaign at least once in a week. And this is the campaign. Let's talk security with retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin. You understand? So you need to keep saying it. I kept telling people in Nigeria that we need to bring this man from United Kingdom to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He is a Nigerian, full-blooded Nigerian, and is ready to contribute his own quarter in bringing the right way of going about security to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we're glad to have him as one of the integral parts of the global clusters, because he was there when we were cooking everything about the global clusters. As well as that, while we were cooking all of the things in the global cluster, that was where we met. And when he was telling me about himself, I said, we could do a security cluster globally. You understand? Because we want, this is born from Nigeria, born in Africa, to impact the world, to let them know that Africa can actually come up with something tremendous. We've seen what America came up with as regards social media, thanks to Mark Zuckerberg and the rest that came up with that. And it's a revolution right now. It's a movement. It's part of our life, and it has created jobs and it has created, notable people in the industry now that you cannot push away. Now we saw what the TikTok guy did from all the way from China, the Chinese guy, and it's the platform we're currently using right now. It's a beautiful one. But now, Africa, what's going on? We have come up with this called the global clusters. We came up with this. This is our own social media platform. And we didn't want to just create a social media platform that people will say, oh, this is Nigerian Facebook. This is this is Nigerian TikTok. Or this is Nigerian Instagram. Or this is Nigerian X. We came up with all Nigerian trend. We came up with something unique. And something that will actually solve our own problem. Something that will advance us because we're regarded as a third world nation and third world continent. You understand? Which connotes we have a lot of room for development. So something that can advance our society forward. And that was why we came up with the global clusters. And it's the first nation building social media platform on earth. Proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa. I'm talking about nation building. Who developed America? Who developed the United Kingdom? Who developed the Europe, the Asia, the places, the beautiful places that we see? And we answered it by saying there are three sets of people: the professionals, the technocrats, and the entrepreneurs. So, if we are building the first nation building social media platform, it has to be a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs. Now, what will they be doing in this community? Is it another community to call people out? Is it another community to just say anything, Google words? Is it another community to show new pictures, new videos? No. There are three major things we do in this community, and which we know that these three things distinguish people from one another. And there are just three things. We share accurate and quality knowledge of our industry, because that is what will give us accurate and quality power that we need to live life. We share accurate and quality information of our industry, because that is what will give us the right and quality bridge to climb from where we are to where we ought to be. And we share accurate and quality connections in our industry, because to whom you are connected to determine the right and quality connection you get. So that is what the global cluster is all about. It's not a spectator call. It's free and it's for everybody to be part of. Everybody needs to be part of it, but you know that when you come to this community, this is not a community to actually bully anybody. It's a community that when issue happen, we solve within. We solve our issue within. We don't watch our getting in outside. We call each other to order. Actually, every week people bring issues to me, and I tell them the proper way of resolving every issue. There is a way to go about things. A lot of people don't know. And what the Global Cluster is here to do is here to create more than 1 billion clusters that will actually be solving different kind of problems. For instance, we'll be launching very soon the 30 town crier lawyers. And this is coming, the 001 is Jimmy Keys. You can Google Jimmy Keys, with an influencer with about 1 million followers on Facebook. So we're going to be doing that. This will be, this town crier lawyers will be a lot, there will be lawyers, barristers that will be, defending the voiceless in our community, in our society. We have the Global Security Clusters, which is headed by retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin, and they'll be doing their thing in the security. He's ready to come and train the police, the military, everybody. He's coming to. He's ready, and that was why I'm always asking that people should give him a soft landing. If you are a security personnel here and you're listening to this, or you're listening on YouTube, because as we're televising on YouTube, we're televising on Facebook as we speak. You can go to the global clusters and listen to everything again, or you can go and share this meeting again. You understand? Just go to the global clusters on all the social media platforms, and the YouTube presently is currently streaming on YouTube and currently streaming on Facebook, and at the same time on this TikTok. So you can go and rewatch or share this with people, that the solution that all craving for is there. And what we're saying, I want to just say something about the global clusters to make everyone understand what we mean. In this on this TikTok live now, we have about 9 people. 9 or 10 people. There's 10 people right now. These 10 people were in a cluster of 10. The ideology about the global cluster is that if we all submit our knowledge, our information, and our connection, we submit it on the table. And if Sister Olajumoke's knowledge is better than mine, I can use our knowledge to involve. If Travel with Grace information is better than mine, I can use our information to involve. If my information or my connection is better than that of the one of Sir Michael Gbenga Oshin, he can use my connection to involve. That is the ideology about the global clusters. And if the 10 of us now involve, picking from our knowledge, sharing our knowledge, sharing our information and connection, then we now give ourselves a mandate to replicate this cluster of 10, maybe in a billion place, and give ourselves a timeline, maybe 20 years timeline. That is the idea. I know I need to replicate myself. You need to replicate yourself, and we need to duplicate that cluster so that we can create a developed society. That is the idea. The concept again is that in the triangle of wealth, we have 5 levels. 5. We have those that are financially free. We have those that are financially independent. We have those that are financially stable. We have the instability, and we have crisis. Every level have 5 levels. If you are following, please type 5 levels. Every levels have 5 levels. From the crisis consists of the poor, the poorer, the poorest of the poor, and the bottomless poor. Those that are in crisis, they are the one that they are flooded WhatsApp, Facebook, and all of that. They will ask you for urgent 1,000, urgent 2K. They don't even have a place to stay. They are poor people. 5 levels, 5. The instability, sequel to our minimum wage in the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has put large number of people in the instability. These are people that their take home does not take them home. You understand? Their take home does not take them home. Before their take home comes, they are already owing debt. So once they take that take home, they use it to service the debt and they start owing another one. They are not stable financially. You understand? These are the instability. In Nigeria of today, crisis and instability are more than 80%. Why the stability, the independent, and the freedom, they are less than 20%. You understand? Who are the stability? And it's in levels. They are in 5 levels. Some people, instability. Some people earn good money, but they are still unstable because they are not managing their funds very well. They are still owing debt. So, and they are in levels like that. So the stability is in 5 levels too. Some people, 100K, they are stable. Why some people need 10 million to be stable, 5 million to be stable, depending on what their responsibilities are. So, and that is why they are in that levels. Independent. Those in independence, anyone you see that have more than one source of income is in the certain percentage of independent. And that is why I said they are in levels. You understand? Once you have more than one source of income, you are independent. Maybe something brings money for you here, another one brings money for you here. You are in financial independence. And freedom are the people that they are at the top of the toppest. You know, people like Dangote or Tedola, you know, you can't compare the freedom of Obi Kubana to the freedom of Otedola. It's different. You can't compare Otedola to Dangote. They are all different. So Alakija, all of these things are different. Then you cannot even compare that of Dangote to Mark Zuckerberg, Ujino. It's too far. You understand? They are all in financial freedom, but some of them are just in 1%, within the first 20% of financial freedom, while some of them are in the 80, 70, 100% of the financial freedom, and some of them are in the middle of financial freedom. So the concept of the global cluster is that we are bringing everyone together in such a way that none of us lack anything. The global clusters will not just give you the 3 major currency we spend on the global cluster, which is knowledge, information, and connection. We equally give you money. It's free to be part of any of our training, like I said. You can subscribe to any of our channel, and we're coming up with a digital place where people can log in for free and get the thing. But what we have on ground now is the premium service where people can come into the global clusters with one-time lifetime, 61,000 naira or its equivalent, you know, which enable them to even have a UK diploma course alongside with the membership. And for a vendor that wants to sell in the community, a one-time lifetime, it's 1,000 naira or its equivalent. That real life human being will help you promote your product and will pay them every day. I want to say this: the global cluster is the first nation building social media platform on earth and has the best monetization in the world. The monetization of the global cluster is the best. There is none that can be compared to it. For instance, if you have 1,000 followers that comes from maybe any of your social media platform and join the global cluster on the premium service, you know, that join on the premium service. The global cluster's design makes you earn from one of your followers. The maximum earning is 33,000 naira from one of your followers. And this 33,000 naira, if you multiply it by 1,000, that is 33 million. Then again, there is a one-time lifetime because of the combo package that you get, which is 10K. And if you multiply that 10K times 1,000, that is 10 million naira. Then because of the way it's designed, there is another little money. So you plus or minus from 1,000 followers, you can earn up to 45 million naira. Which social media has that? No. Now, again, You don't need to have any followers to start earning in the global clusters. You join the premium service today, you start earning immediately. You don't need to have one single followers. One, you don't need to have. You can just be in the global clusters, and there is something in the monetization called promote and earn. And this promote and earn, you help people promote their product on Facebook, Instagram, X, and WhatsApp, and you get 200 naira per day, whether you make sales or not. Now, if you now make sales, you now earn real-time commission from that, vendor. You understand? Let's say you sold for AgView, you sold their property, or you sold for Goodness Investment Limited. You earn real commission in hundreds of thousands, depending on the percentage they want to give to you. So that is the idea. So now we are solving unemployment. We're looking at every issue that we faced with. So you can see that at home. If you want to empower your younger ones now, put them in the global cluster. We do 10 free trainings every week. Every week. Today is 2. This is one of it. In the evening, we're going to do accurate knowledge and information revolution. So every day we meet. You cannot throw your sister, your brother, or yourself into the global clusters and not bring out the best in you. We have the testimony there. I have my sister here, Travel with Grace. He used to have a perspective about our father's land, but the day she was talking that thanks to the global president our orientation changed. It's like they gave me 1 billion. You understand? And now he's trying to give support to people in this place and all of that. And that is what we want. We want a kind of a involvement and all of that. And we have started. We've seen the change. It's just 1 year, 1 month. This concept, and it's really working. Presently, a multinational company in the United States called Remedy Earth. Earth not like health, is Earth. EARTH. Remedy Earth. They are into energy, and they came up with a technology. The technology has been existing since the 70s, but nobody is adopting. They are using it for electricity right now, and they have come up with it, and it's distill water to energy, and they have adopted our platform to sell for them globally. So, which means all clustarians can sell this thing for them, and they have money to implement the technology, and they will build, operate, and transfer. And while they are operating, any clustarian that brings the business gets money. You understand? In dollars. So that is it. So, Eco Hotel and Suite, our own Eco Hotel and Suite in Lagos Island, has adopted the global clusters. They have a special event coming up in December, and they've said that, people in the diaspora can take part in it, and clustarian can sell to their own people and earn commission. The director of marketing and sales said, we are big, we don't need to give anybody anything, but because of what the global cluster is doing, creating opportunity for people, engaging the youth, that we will give you commission so that your members can earn something from promoting our product and services. They will encourage us to do an add-on services for the people. So I'm trying to let you understand that the solution we all crave for is here. And if you have an heartbeat of anything that you think you want to use to solve Nigerian problem, the global cluster is a grant for you to come in, create a cluster just like my PAD, that is Clustarian Titilayo Aloha, all the way from the United States of America. She came into the global cluster and created a cluster called the global social digital print media network of the global clusters. And she's getting some volunteers, and they are doing fantastically well as we speak. They're doing great things, engaging who is who in the global cluster, interviewing people, getting their submission about the concept and all of that. So you can come into the global clusters and pitch your tent. We have created a developed digital community for you. And this is from Nigeria, initiated by Nigeria, pioneered by Nigeria, pioneered by an African person to the world. Is our own submission to the world. We have a marketplace. If you have any products you want to put there, you can sign an MOU and we can sell for you. You understand? So that we don't want to encourage anybody begging and all of that. You know, we can, if you have a service, we can help you. You understand? For instance, we have Airbnb. If anybody wants to do Airbnb, we have some clusters that have submitted their houses and everything for Airbnb, which you can rent. Fantastic place in the GRA, Keja, Amen Estate beside Funka Kindele, you know, Shangotedo, Surulere, Maryland. You understand? You want to stay there? You know, we have clusterians. All of these places are owned by clusterians, you know, because every member of the global clusters are referred to as clusterians. And we all need to be part of this great revolution. It's a suggestion. It's a concept that I just came up with and said, how do we solve our own problem? And we have come up with this concept. And I think everyone has the right to give their own submission. To get involved, you can go to the Play Store and download the app. It's the Global Clusters, you know, and you can just do your registration, either the Clusterian Combo Package or the Vendor Combo Premium Package. You understand? Either of the two, you can do anyone, you know, it's the Global Clusters. And once you do that, you are a full cluster, or you can contact the host, you know, the host, that is the retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin, to actually get started. You can contact the host to get started. So that is the global clusters. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Yes.
Any question?
Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm here.
Don't forget to talk about the opportunity of the ARA as well. If you
yes, let me talk about the ARA. Thank you very much. You know, we have a lot of things. I didn't want to, even if you ask me to talk about everything, we have a lot. Like I said, we look at the current problem. In Nigeria now, you see an average person saying, Ibim Pani. You understand? Or Ibim Power, something we are going on. But the truth of the matter is that our Jacob power and power in the 50s, Agric used to be the thing. You know, when oil came to distract us instead of oil to complement us. You understand? We all left Agric. And now we are now saying even power or tabalo into Agric. No matter how little it is. And that is why we created the concept called ARE. Thank you, Pastor Grace, for that. You know, the ARE is Agric, real estate and exports. The ideology behind it is that let's everybody engage in Agric in one way or the other. If you have money, buy the land. Let's get the people that do not have money to go and work there, and the proceeds can be shared. That's the idea. Or everybody, if you have a land, we can manage it for you. You understand? And you can buy from us. We had about 400 acres already that is up for sale. 1 acre is like 2.5 million. 1 foot is like 600,000, depending on what you want. So you can actually take advantage of the project. ARE is fast selling, and everybody knows that now that we all need to engage in Agric so that no matter how little it is, you can pay instrumentally, weekly. You can even decide to be paying them if you want to. So it depends on you. At least we are advocating that everyone should own a farm. Own a farm. And that is the ideology about the ARE concept. We have other concepts from the global clusters that are very, very fantastic. And we encourage everyone to come into the community. You're in Juba. Yeah, you're in Juba. So the global cluster community, I want to use the word from one of the clusterians in Ibadan. You say, to be, it's big. It's not something small. It's the ideology behind it and what is solving currently is unique. You understand? And one thing I want to say, because already the white people are calling us and they are beckoning on us, and I want Nigerians to rush in. I know it takes us time or until we get validation from the West. That is when we rush something. So we don't need to get validation. You can see every social media, the people topping it are the whites. You understand? We don't have enough followers because already they are like our own validation. This is our own now. We should be their validation. We should all come in and make sure that we sponsor some people in our community to come into the global clusters. We want the church to adopt this. We want the mosques to adopt this. We want any association, the traditional rulers to adopt this. It's nation building. It does not talk about religion. It's not about this. It's about building. It's about policy. It's about purpose. You understand? It's about, the general thing everybody needs. Our revolutions from Monday till Sunday are fantastic. From the mind surgery revolution to survival strategies in the new normal, to humanity revolution, to genuine love revolution, to ARE concept every Thursday, and to accurate connection revolution, to the certificate revolution, to let's talk about security with retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin every Saturday, 9:30 a.m. and to accurate knowledge and information revolution. And by tomorrow, it's going to be people-to-people revolution of the global clusters. They are all fantastic concepts. You need to watch more about them on YouTube. Go to YouTube, you understand, type the global clusters, subscribe and watch. You will see the training of last week from retired Colonel Michael Gbenga Oshin 2 weeks ago. It's there. It will be there for life, and that is what we are doing here in the global clusters. If you're really craving for a better Nigeria, if you're really craving for a better Africa, you understand, we know that this will resonate better with those that are forward thinkers, that believe that, okay, we need to try as many possibilities as possible to be able to get our father's land there. We'll get there, but we all have to be intentional. Thank you very much. God bless you. No question is a dumb question. Thank you.
As my boss would say, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you very much, sir. As always, it's always a pleasure to have you around. And I know that whenever you're around, you drag in everybody else with you, thereby making this all the more worthwhile. Now, I just want to jump on the back of quite a few things that were said there. But first of all, I want people to not look at this as a pyramid scheme. It's not a pyramid scheme at all. It is, as has been said, and is very, very well documented by many people, this is the first ever social media platform to come out of Africa. It's also the first ever social media platform whereby you as an individual can actually make a lot of good money as well as network and build. Facebook has its own marketplace where, yes, if you sell something to people, right, yes, there's a possibility that you can get paid for whatever it is you're selling. But on this particular platform, you're actually making money not only through recruitment, but also through your own hard work. You could have something like what we're doing here, and through the generosity of man, you will build and you will earn. And at the same time, be proud of the fact that this is something that has actually come out of Africa, right? We are not only involving Nigerians here, we're involving Africans, simply because of the fact that my boss forgot to say it, that my mantra is the same as President Donald Trump's. His is MAGA, Make America Great Again, but mine isn't. Mine is Make Africa Great Again. And I've always been of the impression and the belief that being African, we are a great people. We are a great people. We have great minds. We think hard. We come up with a lot of things. And, you know, unfortunately, it is and it isn't well documented that a lot of the things that you give credit to certain people for and about were actually done by Africans. You know, but unfortunately, and it is very, very unfortunate that if you as a black person invent something today, or you inspire something today, only very few Africans will acknowledge it. And only a few African leaders will acknowledge it. But if you happen to be a Caucasian and you inspire something today, it would get worldwide recognition, and everybody would be clamoring to buy it. The Global Clusters is here. It's an initiative by one of us. It is being nurtured by all of us. It is being developed by all of us. And as such, I believe that we should join hands, join hearts, and join minds together to take this Global Clusters to the stratosphere, not even to the next level, to the stratosphere. You know, I'm going to go back to the beginning again. Like I said, I talk security. That's my remit. It's what I do. I've been involved in the security industry for over 35 years. And because of this, the knowledge and the experience that I've had over the years, I have just come to the realization that I'm getting on in age, and it is time that I gave back, not back to the people who gave it to me, but give it back to my people. You know, I visit the fatherland, the motherland on a regular basis, and I see where we're lacking. And what the clarion call at the moment to our people is this, you know, take what you have home, right? Take it home, right? You know, allow your people, my people, our people to enjoy the experience and the knowledge that you have gained from the people that came over to us, dragged us away from our comfort zone, right? And started showing us what they were basically showing off what they have. Okay, fine. They've shown it off. We've learned it. We've got the knowledge. Now let's take it back. Let's take it back. You know, I can't boast of being a retired army officer and then go back to Nigeria and allow a security guard in Nigeria who was only just given a uniform and told to stand there to come and disgrace me. It's not going to happen. You know, I can't be in the police service for God knows how many years and go back to Nigeria and see a police officer doing the wrong thing and not correct it. Right? In life, you have a choice. You either want to be part of the solution or you want to remain part of the problem. Now, I love comfortability. You know, I absolutely love it. You know, in this country, I'm comfortable. I'd also like to be comfortable in Nigeria. The only two countries that matter to me right about now is this one and that one. Why? Because I was born here and I live here. That one, why? Because that's my father's country. Right? That's my father's country. And it is also the giant of Africa. But at the moment, it's a whimpering giant because people have allowed it to fall down to the depths that it is right now. It is our job. Right? It is our job. It's our responsibility, right? As responsible Africans to go out there to Africa, right? And rebuild it and take it back to its honorable and most esteemed place. This is the reason why I do this on a Saturday morning, because I want to hear from you. You know, I want to hear from you. I want to hear how you can help me to be a better security consultant. I want to hear how from you how I can go to Nigeria and go to certain areas and repair the damage that's been done there. You know, I want to hear from you that live in Nigeria, that go to Nigeria regularly, how I can go to Nigeria and speak to certain people, right? And get their help and get their support, you know, and start trying to build Nigeria from the inside out and not from the outside in. This is why I'm always grateful to His Excellency, Dr. Adekunle Badmus, for giving me the opportunity to be a part of this fantastic vehicle that has been built and is growing daily. You know, it's growing daily. You know, membership is growing at an alarming rate. You know, and another thing is this, right? And we've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Stop looking at how much money you can make from this. That is the first mistake that a lot of people make. You know, you ask them to do something, their first question is, how much am I going to get paid? Right? Kevin Costner once said in a movie, if you build it, they will come. Now we're building it, right? If you build it, that's the global clusters. If you build it, you will get out of it what you put into it, right? And you will get it unknowingly.
Man.
Right now, His Excellency said, oh, we've just landed another contract. You know, we've just attracted interest from an outside entity. They want to start advertising using our platform. Right? It's our platform.
Yes.
Right? It's our platform. It's not Dr. Badmus's platform. It's not Gbenga Oshin's platform. It's not Jumoke's platform. It's not Grace's platform. It's not Ariki's platform. It's our platform.
Man.
Right? And everything.
As a matter of fact, they say that they will do their CSR through us.
There you go.
So every 1% that they get towards the CSR on a yearly basis of their profit goes to the global clusters to empower people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of people will be thinking, oh, so how do I get paid? I'll tell you how you get paid. As you heard earlier on, there's a lot of free courses going on. Right? I'm going to be running courses. His Excellency is going to be running courses. You've got other areas where the people are going to be running courses. You've got Master Genie's going to be running courses. Everybody's going to be running courses. There's a lot of things going on. And these things, you'll be getting them at rock bottom prices. You know, stop, you know, a course that over here, like I'm going to be running security courses. Everybody that lives over here knows how much it costs to do a security course over here. Right? I know that if I total up how much I've spent on my security development, I've spent in the region of about £3,500 to £4,000, right, to just keep myself developed. Now, people will be getting this for next to nothing. All this 1% that's coming in from all these other entities goes towards developing clusterians. You know, if you want to learn about AI, want to learn about cybersecurity, you want to learn about business, want to learn about admin, you know. And the good thing is, the most beautiful thing is this, and this is why I like people to share, right, and distribute all of this out to the world, is that we have everybody from every walk of life in the cluster. Everybody.
Over 500 CEOs.
Right? We have everybody.
Any of your brother or sister that said no job, tell them to join the global cluster. We'll give them work like. We are building the biggest farmers market in the whole of West Africa right now in Abuja.
You know what? I'm gonna bear testimony to that. My own sister, my blood sister, our last born, is a recent employee of Goodness, which is the company owned and run by His Excellency there. My sister, right, has just started working for His Excellency, right? And this is what I mean. This is what we mean by networking. This is what we mean by helping each other. This is what we mean by pulling each other up, you know, and not kicking each other down, right? You use what you have to get what you need. You know, now, if you've got people in Nigeria who are looking for work, they've been out of work, you know, they've got qualifications, they've got a CV they can put forward, send it through. Whatever can be done will be done, right? This is what the cluster is all about, right? We're building, I call it, we're building a nation, right? We're building a nation and it's working, right? But in order for it to work and work properly, we've all got to work hand in hand, right? To make this thing great. Does anybody have any questions? Because we're going to round up very, very soon because His Excellency's probably got another couple of events to go to today. That man never sleeps.
Yes, so creating structures. I'm going to Ogun State right now.
You see,
So,
I knew it.
So we're building structures. We're currently seeking volunteers in all the 774 local government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. You understand? We are having cluster head in every state, on every local government, on every ward, on every street. You understand? So that we can actually penetrate, and we're acting as a go-between between the government and the people. You understand? So it's strictly a serious-minded social media platform. It's for people that are aspiring to become a professional in one area or the other, or a technocrat or an entrepreneur. That is what it is. And you don't need to have money to be part of this community. You don't need to have money. You might say, oh, I don't have money to join the premium. Yes, you can start with nothing. You can start with absolutely nothing. When we see how serious you are, I tell you, there are people that will adopt you. There are people that will be your mentor, will give you a mentor, and from there, the journey of your life starts. And it's going to be a very big journey for you. You understand? We have created something to give everyone sense of belonging. And we train people to behave well, have the right integrity, sincerity, truthfulness, and all of that. So everyone, if you have anybody say, you know, I need a job, I need this, tell them to be part of the global clusters. They should attend the meetings regularly. We should see their visibility. They should be visible in the meeting, and that's all they need. That's all they need, and we'll start listening to them. You understand? Because something happened from the beginning of the global clusters. Well, we got some people like the 001 Genuine Love Revolution, sponsored more than 200 people, and these people did not take it serious because you can imagine someone that has been sponsored into an opportunity like this still begging. You understand? Because their orientation has not changed. You understand? So we want someone that is saying, I'm ready to move forward in life. I'm ready to go to the next level. So we see your enthusiasm. We see how you are. You overshoot back for it. Then we will just carry you. And that is what the global cluster is about. You know, you raise your hands up to say, I want to go up. Then the global cluster is a platform for you. So that is the essence of the global clusters. And we want everyone to take this serious. We have the 001 frozen food cluster of the global cluster. And this frozen food cluster, you need to listen to our story. That is Custodian Ifeoluwa Bello. She started this frozen food with nothing, as in brokage. And that was why immediately she mentioned our story last week. I started the survival strategy. I talked about brokage. How people can start life with brokage. Just looking for who owns this product, who can buy this product. And that lesson is there in the YouTube, free of charge for everybody. Brokage is another oil. And this lady right now is turning around between 200 to 400 million on a monthly basis. That is what she's turning around on a monthly basis. So, and she's ready to mentor as many as are ready to be part of this frozen food cluster. You understand? We have people that are ready to, the vocational revolution, are ready to train you on little items that you can be selling on your streets. How to make soap, how to make this, how to do that. We have all of those things in the global clusters. So it's quite unfortunate that a lot of people want money, but they don't want to work for it. You understand? If we if you'll be so shocked that if we just put a banner here now and say get 2,000 naira for free, you see a lot of people coming here. You understand? Because they want to get 2,000 naira. 2,000 naira that cannot do them anything. As a matter of fact, we observe that the promote and end that we have, some people go to the promote and end every day, but they don't attend trainings like this every day. They don't attend all of the trainings that is supposed to build them and build their capacity from where they are to where they ought to be. It's quite unfortunate. You understand? So we said there's a lot of money to be made in the global clusters. And I've just analyzed a follower of 1,000 people. I'm not saying that until you get to that 1,000, from nothing, you start making money. You don't need to have any followers to make money in the global cluster. Then there is no social media that does that. No social media on earth does that. It is only in the global cluster that you don't need to have any followers to start making money. Yes. And we've been paying. It's more than a year now. You understand? So you don't need to have any followers to make money. And when you have followers, you make more money. From one, you start making money. Two, you make money. Every of your followers, you make money from them. So we believe this is what can actually solve our own problem. So some people can actually take the global cluster as work. Membership can be work. Selling the product in the marketplace can be work for you. You understand? Pitching your own tent, building your own passion around the global cluster can be the right work that you need to do. So that is the global clusters for you. So we have built something unique. We have built something spectacular. We have built something that is very, very amazing. And it's just for us to take the bull by the horn and take this global cluster very serious. And if you're listening, like I said, I sang this again. You don't need money to start. You can start from nothing and become something. That is it. You can start from volunteering. A lot of our young people are there now. Once they see, someone called me yesterday and said, "Oh, they're looking for 30,000 workers, over 150,000 as apply for the job, and all of that. This just cannot even sustain them." That's the truth. Here is the global clusters. Everyone, let us all come together, and we can create opportunities for you in the ARE, in real estate, in so many things that you can do. In content creating, you guys come into cluster, we'll give you a soft landing. We have offices, we have this, we have that. We can all come together in cluster of 3, 4, 5 and come up with innovative ideas, and strive from there. So having said that, I want to add the baton to the moderator, or if he said I should close up from here. So retire.
Well, if there is no questions, I'd like to thank everyone that came out today. As always, you guys make my Saturdays Saturday. You make it interesting for me. You make me feel valued. The Global Clusters makes me feel valued. His Excellency makes me feel valued. Travel with Grace makes me feel valued. Otumba Ricky makes me feel valued. Jumake makes me feel valued. Everybody makes me feel valued on a Saturday morning and every other day, just by coming on and contributing your quota. We're all on the same sphere here. We're trying to build and improve humanity. And just by doing the little that we're doing is helping and pushing things in the right direction. With that being said, I would like to give it back to His Excellency to give us his. Oh, hold on! Before we go, I'd like to acknowledge the entrance of my big brother, Elijah Kumuyi. Welcome on board, sir. Uncle Elijah, are you there?
Unfortunately, he can't talk. He's at work.
All right. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm very, very happy to see that he's here today. It's always a pleasure to have people like him. I'm sure the global president knows Elijah. He's a big brother to us.
Yes, sir. You're welcome, sir. Sir.
He's a big brother to us. A very big influence, another big influence in my life as well, and also in the life of Travel with Grace. And I pray that everything that you do, and with everything that you do, that is an enhancement to humanity, that the good Lord will bless you. Having said that, once again, I want to hand back over to His Excellency to round up for us. And then we will all see again, by the grace of God, next week, Saturday. But also remember that we have other mind surgeries this evening at 5 o'clock and every single day this week until we meet again next Saturday. So I'm going to hand over to His Excellency.
Then I will say, who are we? We are a consortium of professionals or aspiring professionals, technocrats or aspiring technocrats, entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs, where we share accurate knowledge of our industry. Why? Because it gives us the right power. Accurate information, because that is the bridge between where we are and where we ought to be. Accurate connection, because to whom we are connected to determine what we collect. We are not just a social media platform with a marketplace, with instant money, with the best monetization on earth. We are the first nation-building social media platform on earth. Proudly Nigeria, proudly Africa. And to join us, you just need to go to your Play Store and download the Global Cluster. It's spelled TheGlobalClusters. Or you go to, if you're using an iPhone, you go to your Safari and go to www.theglobalclusters.org to just get started on the premium packages. But if you know that you want to be part of the global clusters and you say, I am dead broke, I don't have any money, I just want to jump into this opportunity, inbox Travel with Grace, inbox me, inbox the host, and tell the host that I would love to volunteer. Volunteer into any of the clusters, or you volunteer with the security. The security cluster needs a lot of volunteers. There are so many clusters right now that need a lot of volunteers. Volunteer with them, support the security cluster. You can just be, maybe you're writing the minutes, you're coming up with reviews of every meeting, and you're doing all of those things. And from there, we're going to give you a mentor, and you're going to start like that. Mentor will give you shortcuts to success. You understand? Because the mistake they've made, you will not make it, and they will equally give you the right support. Having said that, don't miss the accurate knowledge and information revolution this evening. It's going to be massive. Yesterday, you need to listen to the certificate revolution. It was very practical. We made video calls on the platform. The Global Clusters platform, you can make video call, you can chat unlimitedly, you can do a lot of things, and we're able to practicalize all of those things. They're on YouTube. Go and subscribe to all the channels on Facebook, TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube, and let's connect. So everyone, let's come together and build our father's land. When we say the global clusters, we say prosperity for all. Thank you very much for coming by today. And I want to say, have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Bye for now.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming. God bless you all. See you next Saturday. Your Excellency, I'm going to give you a call in about 5 minutes.
All right.
That's the only way to get you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir.
I'll call you before you.